This news update is brought to you by...
Say hello to Carol. Carol talks for a living, from morning till night. So she relies on Flo's crystal clear home phone service brought to her through Flo's 100% fiber to the home network. It keeps her in the know, and because she bundles her mobile broadband and TV services, she enjoys huge savings, so she can enjoy much more for much less. So visit any Flo retail outlet, call 1-800-804-2994, or visit discoverflow.co to find out more. One-of-a-kind connection. This is how we flow.
It's Thursday, September the 1st, 2016, and this is your Barbados Today Morning News Update. I'm Emmanuel Joseph. Thanks for joining us. Topping the news at this hour, police are yet to receive a report from the coroner following her decision to send the probe into the unnatural death of 12-year-old Shemar Weekes back to them for further investigation. However, Director of Public Prosecutions Charles Leacock told Barbados Today that the ball could end up in his court. Following a 2-month inquest into Weekes' death, which a forensic pathologist had ruled a suicide, Coroner Manila Rene said late last month that she had found evidence of a prima facie case that a crime had been committed and would therefore be putting the matter back into the lawmen's hands. Weekes was found hanging at his Friars Well, Checker Hall, St. Lucie home on May the 14th, 2015. Up to yesterday afternoon, when a check was made by Barbados Today, the Acting Commissioner of Police Tyrone Griffith had not yet received the report, even though when Renee announced her decision on August the 22nd, she had promised to dispatch the report without a final verdict that same week. While admitting that he has not seen the coroner's report either, the DPP said yesterday afternoon that the matter could be referred to him to determine if criminal charges should be brought against anyone. Some Bridgetown businesses are predicting that Barbadians will not change their spending habits after the new National Social Responsibility Levy takes effect today. Despite an anticipated rise in prices, although it is not clear when consumers will begin to feel the effect, the business executive said they expected people to buy the things they needed regardless of the already unpopular tax. In any event, the retail traders said they plan to find creative ways of ensuring that prices remained within the reach of consumers. The roaring sounds of motorcycle engines could be heard in the distance in St. James yesterday when a large section of the biking fraternity followed 26-year-old Shemar Weekes on his last ride to St. James Cemetery, where he was laid to rest. About 24 bikers, some of them were wearing shirts in Weekes' honor, rode alongside and behind the hearse, which transported the casket from Western Light Church of the Nazarene in West Terrace, St. James, where a service was held to the cemetery. They turned out to say goodbye to Weekes, who was referred to as Big Rock in the biking fraternity for his speed on the road and daredevil stunts that left many looking over their shoulders. The Arch Hall St. Thomas resident was shot and killed by an unknown assailant about 12:30 a.m. on August the 19th when he stopped to pick up a passenger at Hope Road, St. James. In a brief but moving ceremony, Weekes' eldest sister, Nadia Harris Samuel, spoke about how she admired her brother's talented hands when it came to picking up tools and using his expertise as a mechanic to fix almost any vehicle.
He was good at whatsoever that he put his hands to. You know, sometimes I miss his laughter. I was sitting there and saying, can I get this done? But I do it because I want his friends to know this man, Jesus Christ. I want them to meet this man, Jesus Christ. And because I experience him, I can say it this evening, come see a man.
The Central Bank of Barbados has put a new issue of government savings bonds onto the local market, valued at $10 million. The bonds, which opened yesterday to Barbadians, have an investment period of 5 years and will yield 5.5% when held to maturity. Each $100 nominal value bond will cost the purchaser $76.24. These bonds are available at all commercial banks, but persons with a refund of pension plan contributions are required to go directly to the central bank.
There's regional and international news after this short break.
Secure your future, be financially strong. Since 19
Welcome back with news from the region now. A young policeman in Guyana has been remanded to prison for his alleged role in a fatal accident which resulted in the death of a man. HGPTV's Jerome Vickery reports.
The incident happened last Saturday night when two minibuses were allegedly in hot pursuit of each other in one of the busiest streets in Georgetown. His attorney Darren Wade told the court that his client regrets his actions and was willing to comply with the necessary guidelines in an application for bail. The attorney further stated that his client was also willing to surrender his passport. But the prosecution objected to the counsel's plea for bail. The policeman was remanded to prison. Prosecutor Chevron Jupiter submitted to the court that bail cannot be granted on the grounds that several of the passengers injured in the accident are still in a critical condition. On Saturday night, more than a dozen persons were rushed to the Georgetown Public Hospital after a Route 40 minibus crashed into a motorcyclist during what is believed to have been a road race with another vehicle.
In more regional news now, the parliamentary opposition in Trinidad and Tobago has agreed to meet with the government team led by Prime Minister Keith Rowley tomorrow. Although the agenda of the meeting was not publicly disclosed by the Office of the Prime Minister, the topic of discussion is expected to be potential solutions to the country's escalating crime situation. In the letter of response to the Prime Minister's invitation, Chairman of the Opposition United National Congress, David Lee, has proposed a 5-point agenda that includes legislative matters, administrative issues, civil society and public stakeholder relations, and a framework for continued cooperation. On the international scene, Brazil's foreign ministry will recall its ambassadors to Venezuela, Ecuador, and Bolivia in a reciprocal response to those countries' moves after the impeachment of former President Dilma Rousseff. Venezuela froze relations with Brasilia and condemned as a coup the process that brought to power Rousseff's conservative former Vice President Michel Temer. Venezuela's allies in Quito and La Paz also threatened to recall their ambassadors to Brazil if senators dismiss Rousseff, which they did with a final vote yesterday. And finally, U.S. Republican candidate Donald Trump has defended his call for a wall on the Mexican border during his visit to meet President Enrique Peña Nieto. Trump said he did not discuss who would pay for the wall, a point later contradicted by the Mexican leader. Forcing Mexico to pay for a wall has been a central point of Trump's election campaign and has become a rallying cry among his supporters.
We're going to have our borders nice and strong. We're going to build the wall.
Build a wall.
We're going to build a wall.
We recognize and respect the right of either country to build a physical barrier or wall on any of its borders.
Who's going to pay for the wall? Who?
We did discuss the wall. We didn't discuss payment of the wall. That'll be for a later date. This was a very preliminary meeting. I think it was an excellent meeting.
That's news and sports, but for the very latest, visit our website at www.barbadostoday.bb. Also subscribe to our e-paper, email updates, and like us on Facebook. We are also on Izumi Media and bus terminals, our screenplay at supermarkets and gas stations near you, as well as Channel 99 on Flow TV and Mix 96.9 FM. I'm Emmanuel Joseph. Have a fantastic day.